We're here for the season 7 finale with Pyro Lucain and GQ the Prince. How's it going, guys?
What up, what up, what up? We're in the building, 203, stand up.
Hey,
Dwayne, stand up. Let's get it, man.
So can you give some background information about yourself, like where you two grew up, living in New Haven and all that?
I'm born and raised in New Haven. Feel me, been there all my life, born in young New Haven, feel me, like, been there all my life. Like, so New Haven, that's home, man.
We're definitely, well, originally I'm from Albany, New York. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So, you know, I actually came to New Haven when I was 14. So, you know, ever since from 14 to now, I've been here, and then, feel me, it's my second home.
What's different between the two places?
Honestly, it's just that New Haven is bigger.
Really?
And, like, believe it or not, it's like more, I don't want to say like opportunity, but it's actually more stuff to get into. You know what I'm saying? Because coming from where I'm from, even though you would think that, you know, being a part of New York is big, but, you know, that's like the state capital. So,
Yeah, upstate got the chip on their shoulder, man.
Upstate got the chip on their shoulder, and on top of that, it's like everything is more like closer. Versus here, everything is more spread it out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was kind of like a hard adjustment, but, you know, after a while, like, once I met Q and, you know, other guys and stuff like that, you know, along the way, everything started, you know, everything turned out good.
So all your boys met through school and everything?
Yeah, school, sports,
yeah.
all that, you know.
It's dope. So what was like before music? You referenced sports, so what were you guys playing?
He was playing everything, basketball, football.
Yeah.
Me, I did a little bit of football, but I'm not coachable.
Really?
I'm not gonna say uncoachable, but when it came to football, high school, it wasn't like life for me. It was fun. It was a hobby.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't used to like coaches like yelling at me and shit.
Harping on you.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you my fucking dad, man. Get out of here with that. Like that was my attitude. So music was for me from the jump. I already knew, man.
Yeah.
And from a young age.
So what was the initial spark for both of you?
Well, for me, I grew up in a household full of music. I have a musical family, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all across my mom's side, a lot of people, like, either played instruments or they were, like, very educational, like, a lot of educators in my family. So I feel like music, that's what music is. That's what I try to make music, you know what I'm saying? I try to educate.
It's definitely educational.
Yeah, so, like, and it's universal. Like, everybody knows that. But for me, when I was around, like, 10 years old, I just used to listen to all the stuff that was playing in my household, whether it be like old school 70s shit that my parents would listen to, or like 90s shit that my sisters were listening to, and then I just got into like writing poetry from that, not writing actual music. But
no
then
beats behind it.
No beats, nothing.
Notebook.
Yeah, I was a kid. I just had a notepad writing poetry. And then I would go to school and try to show like my boys, like, yo man, I wrote a poem. They're like, man, what are you writing poems for? That's soft. I don't want to hear that. Like, they're like, you might as well rap. What you gonna write poems for?
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, you know, let me try this rap thing out. Wrote a diss track about this girl. Terrible. I'm in middle school. I feel so bad to this day. Like, made her cry on the bus and shit. Wrote this diss track, like breaking up with her. Everybody on the bus.
Oh
like,
shit! It was your girl at the time.
Yeah, man. I wrote a diss track breaking up with her on the bus, and then it was like, yo, spit it again. After that, I was like addicted to like writing. Like, from there, the writing aspect of it. But I would only use beats from like instrumentals, like instrumental tapes. Because back then, J Arms and all that.
J Arms was the only one who really had all the instrumentals.
Who's that?
This is like early 2000s. J Arms came around.
Yeah.
You could describe who he is more. I just knew the tapes.
Well, me personally, like J Arms was like a person like who had like all. I guess he had all the access to all the pop instrumentals.
Okay.
Like whatever you wanted, J Arms had it. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I actually knew him, but I actually knew of him.
Yeah, where was he from?
I would say
the city, right?
Yeah,
I want to say
definitely. I would say the city.
Yeah,
so
you know, those tapes was popular.
Yeah, those tapes was popular for a long time. A long time.
And then YouTube came along and we started using YouTube beats and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that was like later on. Yeah.
When did that start?
That's what I'm trying to think right now.
Was that 2014?
I say 2012. Yeah.
Oh wow.
2012, 2013.
Really?
Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you was in.
Is that like Cash Money AP, like when he was starting off, or is that even before that?
Nah, it's even before him.
I would have to say like. I can't tell you what producer. Like, I can't tell you what producer started the type beats. You know what I'm saying? But all I remember is like 2012, 2013 is seeing type beats.
Yeah.
So I'm not even talking about as far as type beats. I'm talking about just typing in an instrumental on YouTube, like a name of a rap beat that's already like like if you wanted to rap off like something
like an unofficial version.
Yeah, unofficial. You could go to YouTube and either people would have remakes of that instrumental you looking
for,
and you could still do that, or they would have the official one. Yeah, and I would rhyme over those too.
Yeah.
I bet that helps a lot because it's beats that you know are official beats. Like, you know, they're gonna slap and you know you're gonna be able to flow on them in certain ways that other beats like people like younger producers couldn't make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I was fortunate enough. I had this kid who was like living up the street from me. His dad was like a local like up and coming rapper. Really? So he had his son into like making beats. Mm-hmm. So I would go to his house and he would be like making beats. He was good at a young age and he would like have me start rapping with him over there. So I kind of got a feel from like what it was like to watch somebody make a beat. So when I linked up with him, that was before I even got to high school. Mm-hmm. And then when I got to high school, freshman year, when me and him linked up and I found out he made beats, it was easy for me to transition into working with him because I had already kind of seen how that works.
Been around it,
yeah, definitely.
So talk about that first time you guys linked up.
Oh, you could talk about that from when you first seen me rap
into
when you called me like, yo, we gotta go get you in the studio.
All right. So I want to say freshman year, like 2006.
Okay.
Wilbur Cross.
Wow, you said freshman year 2006. Yeah. I think my freshman year 2012.
Damn. So 2006. You know, we was freshmen and all that, and one day at lunch, you know what I'm saying, I was actually coming out the line, you know, with the food, and all I see is a crowd in the corner. You know how like in school, like, you know, like they got like the back corner with all the cool kids in the back, you know, like it was basically something like that. So it was like a big crowd. So I'm thinking, oh man, what's going on now? Like, so, you know, I hear him rapping, and I'm like, wait, what the hell is this? And I actually see him rapping against somebody else. It was a battle. Yeah. And then it was a battle. So all I heard was such and such and such bummy ass jeans. Everybody was like, oh!
And back then it was like freestyling.
It was just freestyling. And then
you had to really just be rapping.
I don't even remember what he said leading up to it, but how he ended, it was crazy. Yeah. So even really at that point, I didn't really, you know, get on with the music with him like that because, you know, at that time it was just like a secret because back then, you know, I was in the sports. It wasn't like how now when you could just hop off the basketball court or hop off the football field or into the booth. Like it wasn't like how it is now.
Because it wasn't a lot of rappers. It wasn't a lot of people doing music yet.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
It's a different culture now.
Yeah, it's a totally different culture now. Yeah, it was only a few people really like.
You were a musician or a ball player.
It was either or. So at that point, I was still early in the game with it. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I was still, you know, messing around with it. And I want to say, and going back into the story, me and him had the same class together, English. So at that point when he was rapping, like I already knew we had the same class, but I didn't know his name yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I actually knew who he was, but, you know, it was like, all right, well, for me, like, you know, that's dude from, you know, from class.
Just respect, yeah.
So, and then when I heard him rap, I was like, all right, cool.
All right, bet.
So, days went along, you know, I introduced myself, you know, to him, but the way I did it, it was, you know, me and him had the same kicks on.
Oh, word.
So it was like all right, okay, like, all right, you know, like we here. So now I could, you know what I mean? So it was already like a boundary. That was like,
respect.
It was already respect already. Yeah. So, you know, and we linked and that was that. But even after we linked, it still took a long time.
Really?
Like, you know, I want to say like probably like a year and a half, 2 years after that.
To really feel it together in the studio.
Yeah. Junior year, that's when me and him worked together.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we actually lived up the street from one another.
Okay, so it was easy.
We found that out.
Yeah, we found that out. So it was perfect. So he came to my house and I had like a little mic set up on like a tall dresser with like the little mount on it. And, you know what I'm saying? Like it was some basic stuff, but it was just like it was just like, yo, he has a mic. Like back then it was just like, yo, let's go his brand.
Mic and laptop, you're good. That's what you need
back then. So, you know, so after that, like his first ever song that he made at my crib was the Keeping It Gangsta freestyle.
Keeping It Gangsta.
Okay. Yeah. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Keep it gangsta freestyle.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that he like the way he did it, I'm like, yeah, we gotta keep making music together. And then
this is the beginning.
Yeah, this is and then after that was when me and him started, working.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like one take too. Back then,
One take
was crazy because so many people come in and just mess up when they start rapping. Came in one take, and then I'm rapping. Usually I rap with my eyes closed, but I open my eyes a little bit. I see him, his eyes on big, staring like, oh my god, he's going crazy. Like he was like,
yo, it was crazy because it was like you got to remember around that time, like if you say you was a rapper, you had to be about it.
Yeah.
Especially out in New Haven, especially like it was like it was a whole bunch of people, whole bunch of dudes killing it on actual lyrical tip. Whether if they was talking about some super street shit, whether it was really talking about some like some positive shit.
Yeah. Shout out my big bro OB. He was killing it around that time.
And also like and it's crazy that you touch on big bro. Like he was, I want to say, the first New Haven rapper to have like his song on the radio in rotation.
That's dope.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's not like,
that's
it's not
your
a lot of
OG.
people. Yeah, definitely an OG. Had it clicking early.
Yeah.
And he the one young OG at that. He basically schooled us to the game and he's still schooling us every day. Like,
see, that's what you need, people to just keep on teaching.
Definitely.
Learning every day is the most important thing. You can't stay stagnant.
That's right.
And on top of that, touching on OB, he was the first one that actually had a song of mine on the radio. He used one of my beats. He was a rapper.
Okay.
And that was the first song that I ever had on the radio back in 2011.
So that's big. So 93.7?
Yeah. And then that was in rotation. I was like 18 at the time.
Oh, I bet that's a great feeling.
Yeah, but it was just like, it was cool, but I always wanted something more. Like you could ask him, like, I'm like, yeah, this is cool, but like, I want something more.
Yeah,
like,
we never was like stagnant. We never settled for like the basics because we were taught not to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm so glad we got that work ethic because a lot of people that get a little bit of notoriety and think like, all right, that's it. But no, there's so much more. The fact that y'all show is called CT Breakthrough is like, that's what we got to do. We got to break through. We got to break barriers, yo. And nobody has really like done it to the full potential yet. Like people are close. People are
there's people that came close.
But yeah, we gotta take this global. Like it's so much.
People that came close, but
so much.
They just fell short.
Yeah.
Like we've seen it all. Like we've been like together. We've been making music for like 10 years.
Okay.
Like not even like we have been.
There's a lot of people that phase out in just 1 year, let alone 10 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, by us really just doing all that, it basically prepared us to what we doing now. 4 projects in, a year later,
Longevity is everything.
Like,
I study people with longevity because I want to see like what work did you put in to make you be able to stay around and stay consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stay relevant.
Yeah.
So who are your biggest inspirations then for both of you?
For me, Nas, like growing up, Nas is one of my favorite artists. DMX is one of my favorite artists growing up. Of course Biggie, like, but he was going too soon. But those would be like my top influence. And then when G-Unit came around, I was like, it all.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, those were like huge.
Definitely.
What about you?
Well, as far as on the rap wise.
Production, rap, whatever.
Yeah,
whichever. Well, first off, like before I even thought about production, everybody was into the rappers, right?
Yeah.
So I would say Nas definitely. Even he's my favorite rapper of all time, and I would say X, Biggie, Pop.
Yeah.
People of that nature.
The real OGs.
Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying. So like each one of them shaped up, like the way that everything is kind of going right now. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as having us on the path of being true to ourselves.
Yeah.
All those artists are true to themselves.
Yeah.
So, so we actually only go stand by people who's really true to themselves, like really true to self.
Like you can trust, you know that they're real. And
yeah, like true to yourself. Yeah.
Definitely.
And then as far as being true to yourself in today's game, it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's almost as if damn, I could be true to myself, but I could be so much greater later. But how about now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing, if you do you, people gonna rock with you for doing you. If you're doing something just to please other people, then you'll just constantly be chasing something that you'll never find that internal happiness. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't satisfy everybody.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to the music, definitely can't satisfy people. But you know, to the people that you do
If you
have.
do you, people gonna satisfy. The people who rock with you
Yeah,
be satisfied
definitely.
with what you do.
Definitely,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's why you're big with being independent. I was saying that.
I'm
Speak
huge.
on that a little.
Yeah, man. So when we were younger, when I was 17, me and Bugatti Soul 3, shout out big bro. We the same age. You already know. but
Boy, man.
yeah, man, that's my guy.
Yeah.
So feel me, like we used to be on a duo shit, and we had a team, like whatever, like we was rapping and rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up getting an opportunity through this guy we linked with. That we did a show together. The guy was like, "Yeah, man, I'm talking to these labels right now. I could put y'all on."
Mm-hmm.
So he gave us the number to this A&R. We get in contact with the A&R and stuff like that. Turns out the dude was like a legit dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ended up being able to Google him and all that. He had a resume, all of that. And sent him some songs. He heard everything and was like, yo, like, I rock what y'all doing. Give me some days, I'm gonna get in contact with y'all. So he hits us back. He's talking about like, yo, I got X amount of dollars, I can offer y'all a deal, I got these labels looking at y'all, I can shop you to this label, that label. So, you know, when you're young and you don't know about the business, we were excited as fuck. Like, we're like, hell yeah, what you talking? He talking big money. Like, I don't even want to lie because I don't remember. But he ended up talking big money, but he was like, only thing is I'm just gonna take you and you, like the two artists, not the producer. At the time, they're like, we got our own producers and all that. I'm loyal, like, feel me, I'm big on loyalty. I'm not gonna X him out the deal just for some money. Like, feel me, I felt like we all a package duo. Now, I could have looked at it differently and said, well, I could just pull him up once I get it together. But me being young, I'm like, nah, man, we ain't doing that. Like, I hung up on the dude. I'm like, nah. Bugatti was like, what you doing? Like, why you hang up the phone? Like, nah. So we like, nah, man. Like, I just didn't feel right about it. So my boy OB, he talked to him. Ended up, like, we found out he was gonna stiff us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the A&R was gonna stiff us for sure. Like, we didn't have the buzz yet to really carry ourselves and make back that money for the record label. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
would have just given you the money.
They would have gave us an advance. We would have took the advance and tried to get ourselves lit with whatever money they gave us with that budget. You know what I'm saying? But there's no guarantee. Like, I know you gotta bet on yourself with music, but you gotta consider your circumstances. Like, you can't just be stupid and just take money and feel like, all right, well, I'm gonna just pop off this, because you gotta make that money back. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like having a job or taking out a loan. You don't just take a loan without knowing you have the right way to make that money back.
Yeah.
So I feel like
it's
a
just
lot,
a loan.
a lot of people don't realize a label is just a loan.
It's
And I was just about to say that.
It's
Like,
all
these
about-
kids out there do not know, and I'm glad that you're explaining it,
Yeah.
because for them, a deal just means like, yo, I got money.
It's the notoriety of it
Yeah.
that people like.
It's
you know
like
what I'm saying?
the-
Because it's cool, because a label might, they might put you to the forefront, but that don't necessarily mean you get money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're independent and you're doing it yourself, you're gonna see what you put your money into, you're gonna get your money back from if you do it the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I'm big on that. Like, I was following the Nipsey Hussle blueprint before it became like almost trendy.
Like a
Like, you know what I'm
thing to do.
saying?
Yeah.
And I idolized that dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, this is one of the only cats doing it independent. Currency, doing it independent. Like, there's
Like
a lot of
owning
people.
his own masters.
Yeah,
and all that.
like, that's huge. That's
People
huge.
don't realize that.
So, young artists, get your business together.
Yes.
Get to your business, learn, do your research, do your homework, because nobody's really gonna teach you. You might be fortunate enough to find some genuine people who are gonna show you that.
Yeah.
But yo, do your own homework, because you will get fucked out of a lot of money if you don't be careful. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
People don't care.
No, they don't.
They really don't. And
Well,
it's
they
just
do.
like-
They care about themselves, though.
It's just all about what you in this music for. Like,
Really?
if you're doing it for the love, like, do it for the love. If you're doing it to make some money, be careful. Like, feel me? Like, don't do it just for clout chasing and all that type of stuff. If you're trying to do it for the money, make sure you pay attention to your business. Stay on top of your business all the time.
That's probably like the more important thing not more important than the music, but knowing your business is just almost as important as making the
You
music.
might be right. It might be more important.
Nah, it is more important.
Especially today.
It is.
Especially
Today,
today.
it really is more important.
It's all about how you market.
Really, like 90% mental and 10% physical.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and when it comes to me, like, working with artists, like, every artist that I don't work with, obviously tell them, like, yo, like, do you have your BMI? Do you have a distro kit? Do you have a tune core? Stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, they say no, or they ask, what is that?
Is it?
So instead of me just going into a session, just making the beats, getting money from them, that's that, I basically teach them.
Yeah.
And I used to get that from OB because OB did that to us. He just got our publishing right. He got our everything right. So, you know, like I'm doing what he did for us, you know, doing for the artists that I care about, you know, that could actually, that, you know, that.
If you can realize it can benefit them and can benefit you,
yeah,
and help them out.
definitely. I mean, either way you look at it, like we're all in a space to where we could benefit each other in some way.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
you know, so if you have a producer that actually teaches you the business, you can be like, yo, you know, and then once you actually go into other sessions, you can actually see what other producers are really on their business.
Yeah.
Because I actually taught that artist like, yo, look out for this, look out for that. So now when they go into other sessions, they start questioning, and then producers start shying back. They're like,
okay.
you know, so you know, so but that's for only the people that I really, you know, care about. You know, like just like the others who may think they have it all figured out. All right, cool, whatever.
Exactly.
But for the people that's willing to learn, who actually have
willing to listen, really.
Yeah.
Sit down with you.
Yeah, willing
take
to
the time,
learn, listen, everything. So because it's only gonna help them.
Yeah.
Because once I get you started, your business, everything is, all you gotta do is just submit, rinse and repeat after that.
Yeah.
Once you get started, all you gotta do is just keep up with it.
Yeah.
After that, that's on you.
Be consistent.
Consistency, and that's the biggest
key.
thing.
Yeah.
That is key. Consistency in all ways when it comes to music,
That's
especially
what you
now.
guys have been doing.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
probably the most
when it
important
comes to
thing.
the
hell yeah.
when it comes to the overall look, just our like everyday life, like it has everything everything has to come together.
Incorporated, yeah.
Everything has to be incorporated, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not just us making the music. Making the music is our time to have fun.
Yeah.
But when it
That's
comes,
the easy part,
yeah, that's
honestly.
the easy part. But when it comes to the, you know, to the image and, you know, doing certain things and making certain moves, that's where we got
marketing,
like,
the promo,
marketing, all
all
the
that.
other stuff. That's where, like, you know, we may spend days, weeks, months talking about marketing and never know how it's, you know. So it
That's
really
smart.
depends on
You
us.
have to.
So, you know, when it comes to the music, it's like, yo, man, we in the stew or wherever we're at, you know, we actually cooked projects in, you know, off of a laptop and a Bluetooth speaker and in like family members and relatives, like apartments.
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
G-Day was made out of
My sister's apartment.
Sister's
Her old
apartment, yes.
Really?
Instincts was made in Cali in 2 days in an Airbnb downtown LA.
Yeah.
The catalog was 3-4 years in the making, but
Yeah.
you know, but some of the newer songs was made in the house.
Yeah.
And when it comes to our newest project, you know, once again,
And when he says made, like, don't get me wrong, like sometimes we go to the studio to
Yeah.
actually record the songs, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
talking
as far as,
about
like,
like
for the
him
production,
making a beat
yeah.
and me writing and rapping and all of that. Sometimes we just do that
The process.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the process,
the
the
process.
creative process.
Yeah.
We could do that shit anywhere. Like if we was right here right now, you was like, yo, pull a beat up. We could start making some shit right here.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like
So,
that,
yeah.
that's the great part about technology with music.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
And also, like, you know, and really also really being prepared to do that. So, because all these years I'll be working in my room. Like, it'll be, you know, it'll be all of us. It'll be me,
Craig,
GQ, Gotti, you know what I'm saying? We be, you know, we hours of the night. Like, we made, all three of us made a mixtape in 2 days up to like 5 in the morning. We was printing CDs right in the name, and then the next day, these two in school selling them. I was the one just giving them away, like, yo, here music. Yeah, I was like, here, take it. Yeah, they'll think it's a profit. I was like, all right, whatever, you know. I was like, you know, whatever. Yeah, so, because I already knew it was gonna be a whole bunch of music being made after that, because you know, because as far as we actually set a lot of trends when it comes to like as far as in our age group doing music, we was really one of the first ones really doing it like
Making moves.
like making moves. You know what I'm saying? So.
The
you know,
legitimate business to the music.
yeah, you know, and it's like, you know, we don't really talk about what we've dealt with, like, you know, business-wise, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really talk about it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because we just, you know, that was then, you know, we try to, you know, move forward.
Yeah.
We try to just make
Can't
great music.
trip yourself up about
Nah,
that.
it's just almost as if, like, if that could happen then,
Yeah.
oh,
Just think about what can happen next.
yeah, but, you know, happen next on our terms.
Yeah.
Now we have the leverage.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
we got everything going on. So now it's almost as if, okay, we have everything we need. What can you do for us at that point?
Exactly. It's like you got everything that you need to do. So
Yeah.
like
Self-sufficiency, like, it's almost as if, like, when you're not looking for a label to come at you, they just all
that's
swarm
even
to
better.
you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like that's how it is.
Yeah, you don't want to be checking for them. You want them checking for you. So the best thing to do is create your own buzz, man. Don't even worry about
create your own buzz and have fun.
What the industry has going on, because they're gonna come looking for you. When they realize you can make them some money because you're making money on your own, they're gonna want to partner with you. You know what I'm saying?
And they see everything is matching up with you. Everything is good.
Yeah. People just know your worth. Just know your worth.
Isn't that what Russ did? Didn't he?
Yeah, Russ is Russ partnered with Columbia now?
Yeah,
I think he partnered. I know he was indie for a while.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he partnered with them. So
yeah, I'm not sure.
But I know all his earlier stuff was all independent.
Yeah,
all his.
And he was like mixing and mastering his own shit too. Like
he was getting money for shows, and people were like wondering like how is he selling these tickets, because that's real fans. He built a real fan base that actually fucks with him. And
yeah. Even though, you know, it takes time. I think that's what scares a lot of people off. They want that overnight success. Bro, if it comes quick, it'll die quick most of the time. Like, it doesn't, like, those overnight sensations don't have longevity most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the people who put in a slow grind and a slow process and reach that point, they stay there because they appreciate it.
Yeah.
They know what it took to get there.
Definitely.
You don't appreciate something if it just happens like that. You won't even know what it was because it's like, all right, I'm on top now, and what do I do? And then you fall. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that.
Agree.
We don't want
I consider that kind of like the
Especially
basement rappers.
Yeah,
Like people that were just sitting in the basement with their headphones on, just going
Yeah,
like this all night.
People that just came in bullshit and had no respect for the craft or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people naturally have a gift. I'm not hating. Like, sometimes you could come in and just be gifted and not know it because nobody groomed you to know it. You know what I'm saying? But with me, I feel like I came up around people who really was like, yo, if you want to be great, study this. If you want to, like, learn how to do this and that, and you want to rhyme and have people catch your attention, pay attention to this. Like, so I really studied it, and then I just took that like myself, and I was like, all right, I gotta look up myself and say, what can I do better like this person? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just all meshed all that together to create a style of my own.
Definitely like when it comes to like production with me, like when I really took it serious, like when I was 17, like you know, at that point it was only the big dogs at that point. You know, like Ye, you know, Timbaland, and you know, Lex Luger, you know, all them guys who was killing it.
Swizz Beats. Like,
you know, it was a lot of big dogs. So basically, when it came to producing, it's like, all right, around that time, it was like a transition going from like the big dogs and like the younger guys coming in.
Okay.
So it was more so as if like I was like, it was almost as if I felt like I was a part of that wave because around the time when everything evolved, that's when I evolved with it until I ended up with my own sound.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So
a best of both worlds scenario.
Yeah. Definitely. And on top of that, like, you know, just by me coming up in a household that was musical but non-musical, meaning that I really had nobody that really played instruments. Well, I can't really say that because I actually found out recently around like when my mom was 10, she used to play the piano.
Okay.
So
a little bit.
You know, a little bit. Shout out to mom. But definitely so. But as far as me growing up, like I had a whole lot of mixtures of things. Like you know, my pop would be playing like jazz, you know, R&B and rap. Okay. And I had an older brother who actually grew up through the 90s and like he was in high school through the 90s. Oh, so you can only imagine what was really getting pumped out through that.
Nostalgia right there.
Exactly. So and then on top of that, like you have my mom being from Queens, New York.
Yeah.
So you know, just by her just loving to dance. So it's like she was like the first thing she would always say, like, you know, if the beat ain't right, then the song is terrible. Like, you know, the beat like always catches people. So bad no more. After a while it was that bad.
Okay. Back to
this. I have to get used to this because when you start doing festivals, doing shit outside, 90 degrees on the mic.
Bro, I'm being shirtless or that type of shit. Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so what were you saying about your mom? I think it was in Queens.
Oh yeah, nah, like basically like just her actually being from Queens.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like her actually growing up, you know, there throughout her whole childhood and just really being exposed to music that she grew up on. So, you know, I had a lot, you know, when it came to that side of it as far as like
big palette.
And then on top of that, when it came to the relative side, now that's a whole different thing. Yeah. So, you know, I wanna say around the time when Rough Riders not gonna say G Unit, but I'm gonna say Rough Riders, Cash Money, and Rockefeller was like the big movements, right? So
was that like 2007-ish?
Nah, earlier. This is earlier. Wow. This is like 99. This is like 98, 99, 2000. So you know, to actually make a long story short, he actually ended up having his own movement where he was the head guy and he had, you know, rappers and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would be in the studio with them, with my cousins as well. So also, you know, just by being around it, I was just being around it, just soaking it up really. Yeah. And then, you know, once that fizzled out, you know, he actually used my cousins who was actually older than us and put them as a rap group.
Okay.
So, you know, all around Albany they would do like talent shows and stuff like that. This is back when you could perform in the mall, like, you know what I'm saying? So this is back, so you know, so they would be like regularly requested every weekend to perform at the mall. So, you know, just by really just being around that really was like, yo, I actually want to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, just really seeing all that, and then, you know, fast forward to my teenage years, you know, linking with him and stuff like that, and us really
having your guys' memories and everything you did together.
Exactly. So, you know, that's why, like, you know, that's why when it comes to our music, it just meshes together because we both on one line, like, you know what I'm saying? So everything just works out, you know what I'm saying? So by us having our own history when it came to music without making it.
A like-minded musical background.
Basically, like, you know, so, you know, we actually try to like really like, you know, dig in the crates really, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Without really scaring people off, so to say. So we try to keep it, you know, but we got the perfect balance though.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like the balance is crazy. And versatility.
That's sweet, man. So talk about these beat tapes.
Beat tapes. Alright, so I actually got two out right now. No Politics and Underrated. And No Politics.
Apple Music, Spotify, all that.
Yeah.
Go get those tapes.
Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. Yeah, everywhere you can think of.
That's smart.
And all that. So when I had dropped that was around the time when I was like, you know what, fuck this industry shit. I'm about to just start dropping my own shit. Because one of the main reasons why I actually named it No Politics is because when you try to get placements with certain artists, you gotta do, you know, things like
it's a pain in the ass.
It's pain in the ass. Like it's almost as if you gotta come in through the door with somebody else, as far as you collabing with another producer, which is okay. It's great. I'm actually not against that. Yeah. I'm not against that at all, because that's how I actually got some of my placements as well, doing collabs, you know what I'm saying? But it's with people who I built relationships with. It's a difference to when, you know, we already cool already and we already know what we're thinking. Genuine connection versus trying to get with somebody like, oh yeah,
you gotta get a feel for them.
Yeah, get a feel for them, or at first you gotta pay a couple dollars to them first, and then like, you know, to really see like if you really about it. So I wasn't really trying to do that at the time, because like, yo, like I feel like I'm just as good as everybody else. Yeah. So, but at that time, like that's when, you know, I figured out it was like, yo, it's not really all about how good you are when you get to a certain point. Yeah. It's like what you got coming with you, like you know, is like placements all you rely on. Yeah. Like, can you actually put out a project? So I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm about to just put out my own projects and just and basically just build myself up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just basically took the anti-industry, you know, but I still have ties in the industry, but the ties are genuine. Yeah. Like they could actually, in a way to where it's like they could put me in a situation where I could thrive in, especially put me in a situation that's trendy. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, even though like the trendy stuff is cool, like, you know, I may do some like, you know, trendy stuff here and there.
It's not bad to do it.
Yeah, nah, it's definitely not bad. Just don't get caught up in it thinking like, all right, I gotta hit everybody, like just really just have the versatility. Like with me, I'm actually big on versatility. Like you could tell, like, you know, I'm throughout the music with him, with Gotti, with, you know, anybody who I've done work with, is versatility. People actually like, yo, you did that, you did that, you did that. So it's just like, I actually love that, because now you really can't pinpoint me to anything.
It's not like you have one specific sound.
Nah, even though at first I did, and I really thought that was the way. Yeah. But I was like, well, maybe it is the way for 2 years, but on the third year,
you gotta switch it up.
Yeah, you gotta. So like before I hit that, I gotta switch it up in my mind, I'm already switching. Yeah. Like every I want to say like every so often I actually try something new. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can ask him, like I be hitting him with stuff like, yo, how you feel about this, or how you like this, or you know, stuff like that. So it's always different palettes to like for everybody to work with. So when we you know, really comes to a project, if we want to cook from scratch or we want to take some stuff what we got, everything fits is because we already know what it is that we're going with as far as sound wise. So,
Okay.
you know.
That's dope, man.
So I actually try to build a sound for people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. Like I'm more so like, all right, well, I see you can do this. All right, so we're gonna try this on these type of beats.
Okay.
So now it makes everybody look like like they're actually putting some together that's well thought. Like it's not just
spicing it up.
it's just not like a beat that you hear on the radio or it's like it'll be something that you'd be like, wow, like, I never thought that I could do something off of this.
Yeah.
So it's more so me having the ear and taking it a step further.
That's like some executive production too.
Yeah. And also I actually get that from OB too. You know what I'm saying? So because I could be making something and he could be like, add this. And I'm like, all right, and I do it and it's like, oh yeah, it's yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he actually did that on like a couple of our songs. You know what I'm saying? So so it's like, so when it comes to having that extra ear doing like, really trying stuff, like, I'm really for like trying, flipping things around.
Being experimental.
Yeah, you gotta keep an open mind.
That's
how
like,
you gonna grow.
Yeah, when it comes to production, like that's why I could work with anybody. I could actually go from here, I could actually go from A to Z with no problem.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of different, backgrounds when it comes to music. So I actually listen to everything every now and again just to get a different
a little taste of other people's shit. Yeah.
Definitely. So that's why, everything I do really sounds the way it does because I'm more so, experimenting. It's never nothing that's like, all right, this is my style and I'm running with it.
Yeah.
Like nah, like I don't really like that because
you
it's
don't
like
pinpoint yourself.
Yeah, because the industry gonna use you and abuse you to the point where they could find somebody else that makes the same beats as you. You don't want that. So you want to be to where like, yo, I got this call for Rihanna, but yo, I got this call for Fab.
Yeah.
Like I want to be that versatile to the point where I'm out from the top, middle, and the low tier.
Yeah.
So it really don't matter where I'm at. I'm gonna thrive in it regardless.
Definitely.
Excuse me, but yeah, that's where I'm at when it comes to production.
Yeah.
It really. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I really feel like No Politics really like kind of embody that as far as me not really having like a real sound. Like, it's like a lot of things people may know me for, but it's not really something where it's like, oh yeah, I already know what he about to do.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, so
what is he about to do?
Yeah, like that's perfect. So I actually use that what is he about to do method with everything, with the way I move and the way how I drop a project. It's almost as if like every time like I drop something, I do something, it gets recepted well. Because it's like, I actually move differently.
Yeah. You want to have a superhero effect, man. You want to come
Definitely.
through and on your everyday, day to day, you could be on your Clark Kent, you chilling. But when you on the scene or when you got put out that project, you want to be Superman. Like you want to put the project out there, like, oh my God, like I can't believe he just did that. You want to have that wow factor to yourself. Man.
Definitely.
That's that wow factor.
Really, that's what we really that's really what we pride ourselves on. It's more so as if it's like the Eric B and Rakim type of feel. Like, like people like a lot, it's really not a lot of people can say that they seen him in rare form.
Yeah.
But the people who did see him, they were honored. So, that's how we feel about ourselves. So, because we actually want to be around because we love music, let alone hip hop that much to the point where we like respect stuff. Even with me, I don't like to sample certain stuff because I feel like things are just too much respect. I feel like things are the way they are for the way they were, how they made it.
Certain stuff
like leave alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm into a lot of the new stuff, but a lot of the new stuff I don't like.
Yeah, I get mad at some samples. I'm like,
like why did you touch me? Yeah, why? Like for this day and age, like, you know what I'm saying? Like now, if it was something to where it's like if it was sampled around the same time when it was originally made and somebody else that was great had it too. All right, that's fine because back then, a lot of people kind of had the same
like
samples.
Dead Presidents with Jay-Z, wasn't that a Nas verse or something?
Yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? So, even when it comes to the Dead Presidents sample, that's been flipped around, many different ways, but it's only a few that were like, okay, I like what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's only my opinion.
But it's funny because music is recycled, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
in different ways.
Definitely recycled.
So I wonder if the people who had original songs like in the 70s and stuff, the hip hop artists from the 90s, they took the 70s like blues and jazz all that different music and R&B and flipped it into hip hop music.
Yeah.
I wonder if they embraced what they were doing.
Nah, they
You know what I'm
didn't.
saying? I don't think they embraced it.
Nah, they didn't.
And then for
but
us, it's like we just do it all the time. That's just what music is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is just a bunch of samples.
But also with that is like when the things were being sampled from the 70s used for the 90s, it was ill.
Yeah.
Like you really couldn't get mad at how Primo, Havoc, all these guys.
We could do it that way.
Like we could but the older dudes like, nah man, they fucking killed our shit.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
It's always gonna be like that.
and it's
always.
always gonna be like that. But that's how I feel about it now when certain stuff come out and I'm like, nah, you
That's
should
why
have
I
left that where it was.
I try to embrace like the younger artists, like the ones that's like in their teens, is like coming up. Like even though I don't understand some of it, the ones that I do and the stuff that I relate to, like I'm like, yo, he's dope. He just needs an OG. Like he need people to guide him.
That's a big thing that I always think is that
need
you
guidance.
see people, they just need guidance.
Yeah, man, the talent be there. People be having a fire, but it's just fire just burning with no direction. Like you gotta just like
Or the
control
wrong
the
direction.
flame. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
or the wrong direction.
Exactly, and
Like-
it's a lot of wrong directions.
Yeah.
man.
It's
They
a
got,
lot.
like one wrong person on their team,
Yeah.
something like leading them.
Or just a
astray.
bunch of yes men around them, man. Like
Yeah.
that's never good. You gotta have people that's willing to look out for you, but also go against you too.
Be
when you're
like,
wrong.
yo, that sucks.
Yeah,
like go
yeah.
back in there and do
Yeah, they
another
don't have
take.
it. Like a lot of times they don't have it. Everybody's
crazy
just around like,
because,
he's the
like-
man. He making some trash, but everybody gonna co-sign it because they don't want to step on his toes.
Yeah,
Or look like a hater.
Yeah, but it's crazy because when it comes to like making beats and stuff like that, me and him could be in a session, right? Like we could be going through like samples. Like we could be going through samples from anywhere from 20 minutes to half an hour or like an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you know, within an hour we'll find something that we think we like, started like, nah, and we
go
can
on
go
to
to
the
the
next one.
You know what I'm saying? Or it could be, sometimes he hate when I do this. Sometimes I can have something fire to him, I'm like, it's not hitting me, I just delete it.
I already got like bars written to it.
It's
And
gone.
I was, like, looking at him like, what the fuck? Why would you do
It's
that?
gone, it's over.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gone, but the thing is, but in my mind, I'm like, I could do better.
Yeah.
Like I could, like, yeah, this is cool. He got some bars to it. He's gonna be nice regardless.
Yeah,
He's-
whatever
this is, like the beat could be sewer level trash. He's gonna be nice regardless.
Yeah.
So it's like, all
With
right,
the one-liners and everything.
exactly. So it's just like, all right. So it's more so as if like when I make a beat, I'm like, yo, is this it? He'd be like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I like to challenge myself, man. Like
Yeah.
I try to. I feel like I have a good ear for music and production.
Yeah,
I try to
definitely.
like be very like when it comes to beat selection, I can tell what fits a certain album and what's like a throwaway track and stuff like that. But the best thing about him is his style. Like he tries so many different things. I'm like, all right, let me try to be versatile and jump on this and do my
Myself,
own
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he's gonna expand as a producer and try different things, I got to do the same thing with an artist. Like, well,
definitely, and just
Same
just really trying different sounds and making my own sounds.
Yeah, just push yourself.
And just really just pushing yourself and really just really believing that what you doing is actually gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know there was times that on what I was doing, I really thought it wasn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Like you know they actually go in after these type of beats, even though I could do any and everything, but I'm just not any and
You're boxing
everybody.
yourself in.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just really conforming to what they want. Even though when it comes to music and dealing with artists, you know, they're gonna want what they want.
Yeah, if
but
you're getting paid for it,
Yeah,
it's different.
definitely,
If the artist
getting paid for it.
paying the producer for a beat, I feel like he should have input on what he
Definitely. But even if they're not, and we're taking the time to work, I'm like, yo, all right, how you feel about this? You feel about that? So everybody who I work with, 9 times out of 10, you know, like the beats are tailor made for them.
Yeah.
So I want to give a such and such beat to Q or Q beat to, you know what I'm saying? So it's a big gap with everybody who I do work with. So when it comes to me and him, it's more so as if like he'd be like, nah, this ain't it. I'll be like, all right, cool, we gonna do something else. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just move on.
Yeah, just move on. Like I don't even argue. I'm just like, all right, like you know what? I feel you.
Yeah.
But if it's something to where I'm like, nah, you bugging, I'll save it and then we'll go to something else.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back to like, yo, I was tripping that night. This is fire.
Exactly.
So, but it's really rare that stuff happens like that. Usually, like you know, it'd be times in the session where we do 3 songs, like where we make 3 beats, or we'll, you know, and there's time when we only do 1. But every time it's something that's it's ill.
Yeah.
Like it's hot. So, you know, it's just really just feeding off each other and really having that same ear. And especially the dope thing about him is that his ear trumps mine at times. Because I may not hear something, he can be like, yo, nah, put that in there too, or like, or do something like that, or like, you know what, reverse it, or you know, take this out, you know.
And
so
what you would never think to do.
Yeah, definitely. It's not like that actually that I really wouldn't do it. It's the fact of like, had he not been there, I wouldn't have did it. So you know, I would never. Yeah, definitely.
You would have had different things, but like
that. Yeah, exactly. So basically by us making the beats, you know, as far as having production sessions, is ill because I don't really send him beats over the email no more.
Yeah. It's just when you're in there together.
I'll wait till we get in a session like, yo, like when we, you know what I'm saying, I'll wait. But everybody else is so on the go. Yeah. You know, email or text message or stuff like that. But with him, it's more so like we locked in. Like every project we locked in. Like every project, like, all right, it's almost as if we get down to the words of, all right, so where are we gonna be making these beats at? Like, all right, so are we going out of town? Are we gonna be in another kitchen, dining room? Like, where we at? Like, it's more so like we catch the real day-to-day music vibe, day-to-day, like, you know, cooking up in a fucking living room or a dining room gets no realer than that. The only thing left is outside. So it's like, and we making like ill music off of a laptop and a Bluetooth speaker. And sometimes when I tell people, they be like, no. Like, really, like you really making these beats off of those two things? I'm like, yeah, because, you know, sometimes the studio was cool, but it's just more so like for the look. You know, once you like,
he was saying that to me the other day. He like, yo, bro, I don't even think I like making like beats in the actual recording studio no more. It's too much for me. Like, it's too much.
You want that more natural feeling.
Like you want to feel like he at home. Like, you know, you want to feel like you right in your room, like cooking up. Like,
exactly.
In the beginning.
Exactly.
So I get it.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, every now and again, you know, being in the studio cooking up is, you know, it's good. It's great. But for like,
hypes you up a little bit.
You know, especially if it's a project where it's like, you know, where I have a crew of producers coming.
Or
so it's
like,
as far as like, you know, for the people that I want to come in with. But if it's somebody else's session, I'm like, nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a situation where it was talked about before, like, yo, I want to have a production session with you. You know, I'm booking you here, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be booked here. All right, cool, that's fine. Great. But I'm just not like, you know what, I'm just going to cook up in the studio today. Like, nah, like, I'll call him like, yo, you want to cook up today? He'd be like, all right, whatever, all right, fuck it. We just going to go to the gym and we just cook up. You know what I'm saying? We go to the gym, or he goes to the gym, or whatever. I go, and then we just, you know, go off, do our thing, come back, and we just cook up. So that's how a lot of the music comes about.
How long does it usually take to make a beat?
It depends.
He worked fast, bro.
He like,
and to give an estimate, like, I seen this dude cook up in like 25, 30 minutes, like, just making stuff, like, and most of the time when he does it like that, like, I just get the hook, right? Like, I like to work from the hook first, because verses are easier for me.
Definitely.
I think hooks are most important. So when he making a beat, once he already got it mapped out, like, once he got like the pretty much main instruments, and he knows like, all right, this is gonna be the main sound of the beat, this is what it's gonna be, he'll be like, how you want it mapped out? Like, you want it to be
once I get
first,
the loop going,
verse, like,
once I get the loop going, like, once I put everything together, like, really, like, when I have the first loop, it's the hook. So, and I ask him, and I stop it, like, I ask him, like, all right, so how you want it to be? And then from that point, that's when he tells me how he want to be constructed. Definitely.
We gotta start recording more like the creative process.
Definitely.
Because they love that shit.
Definitely.
People love watching.
The behind the scenes.
Watching it. I know I always love that shit. Like, artists right now that are on and whatever doing their thing, I love to see like them work. Like, you know, I love to watch that shit.
Definitely. And like, you know, as far as like the times of making a beat, like, but it really all depends. Like, when I'm with him, I'm fast because it's just like we just bouncing ideas, or I could have something that I didn't tell him about. I'm like, yo, bro, I was, you know, fucking with this. Bam. He was like, damn.
Add this.
Add this. Load this up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, or it could be something like, yo, I have a sample that's already picked out, or like, you know, or I could be like, yo, I made a sample, boom. Or, you know, I got something from, Deanie made that, which is
Shout out to Deanie, man. He go crazy.
Deanie, Scoozy, J Drums,
yeah.
everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? So, those are the producers that I work with. You know what I'm saying? So I can have, loops and, like beats from them that they actually want me to finish, or, I actually, collab with, them three. And, it's a few others too.
Yeah,
but as far as really collabing when it comes to projects, it really be, them three. Because because when I tell them, what it is I'm looking for, they usually exceed what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, J Drums,
understand and then do more.
definitely. J Drums, he's a ill sample guy.
I've heard of his name.
Yeah, J Drums definitely. Like he's a ill sample guy. Even though I actually gets down and does my thing on the samples too. Yeah. But he takes it a step further. Yeah. So in Scoozy, he's like a young boy that I have. I'm saying he's only 23 or 24. And he's like, he's really, into the new stuff, but he actually knows how to turn the switch off and on depending on who he's working with. So, when it comes to his level,
versatile too.
Yeah, when it comes to his level of versatility, he already got it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Deanie, this guy, he's actually, musically inclined to where he actually could play the drums and the keys.
Oh wow.
So he's more so of the triple threat.
Yeah.
So it's more so as if like when I'm like, we could really be making a beat on FaceTime, like literally, literally together, and he was like, yo, bro, I got this. I'm like, damn, all right, yeah, I'll be like, ooh, damn, all right, that's it, boom. So so it's almost as if I actually work with people who are like-minded, so it makes everything
like
flow
you said,
better.
bounce off each other a lot.
Exactly. So yeah, that's how a lot of the creative processes go. You know what I mean? So, at sometimes, all of us are human. It'd be times where I don't make a beat.
Yeah.
It'd be times where I don't make a beat for like 2-3 weeks, a month. You know what I mean? Really just living life. You know what I'm saying? I have a daughter, 3-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Shouts to my baby Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, it really just being a father and really just going through things, the ups and downs, really help my music. It really helps our music, because we definitely talk about the pains and the goods and the bads of everything that we may be going through, what we've seen, just life in general. So just by me living life helps me with production, and by me just taking time and listening to older music, newer music, and then when I do come back, I'm like 10 times better than when I left.
Before.
Than I left.
Like a hiatus.
Yeah, but but I really don't like the hiatus, because I actually get hard on myself about damn, I should be doing more.
I feel that.
But at the same time, I have a lot of workout. But I'm like, I could always put out more.
Yeah.
But but for the things I have accomplished and I did do, it's really not me being in the mindset just to I'm gonna just sit back and chill. Life happens.
Yeah.
So life things that kind of knocks you off, or you just in a way to where it's like I could be making the same thing too much. And let me just go back and try to hone in on my skills. Just do other things. So but now with us dropping the project, Authentic.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about this.
Yeah. So he could definitely. I'm gonna chime in on.
Authentic, man. It's been in the works for a little minute now. Basically, the last few projects I put out, I did an EP most recently for Valentine's Day called G-Day.
G-Day.
Love that project. But G-Day was more so catered towards females. Me, I feel like my style, I have a gritty 90s style. Like I love like real rap shit, hip hop shit.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get on that because G-Day, I'm gonna always be lyrical on whatever. But with this next project with Authentic, like I really tackle like my lyrical ability on this.
Yeah,
like, I'm really like diving into that part of it. Like so it's not too many hooks up there. Like I'm gonna keep it real. It's a lot of bars. Like you like bars.
That's what I like.
Real rap shit. You gonna be like, yo, I've been waiting for this shit.
If you
like,
want real authentic bars,
it's authentic, it's straight to the point. It has content. Like if you a content guy, you like content and real like subject matter, you like lyricism, this is the project for you. Like shout out to myself, shout out to Pyro Lucain for coming through on like all the beats, like literally 1 through 5.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like with that production, like I really wanted to outdo myself. Like, if you actually heard G-Day, Like G-Day was fire. Like it was like, you know, it was, to this day I feel like it's one of my best projects.
Yeah.
And you know, J Drums made a production appearance on there too on Keep It G.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you know, so with G-Day was cool. It was, you know, it was something that I was proud about. It was like, all right, I'm really showing that. I feel like on now I really showed the versatility, like within the samples. Yeah, it was like a newer side. But with Authentic, we basically like took it back to like we was, you know, when we was younger, just having fun. Like it was fun, but it was also as if like I actually wanted to really beat myself on what I did on G-Day. I actually wanted to come back harder.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I actually wanted to come back stronger, all that stuff. So
we definitely accomplished
they definitely came back, and when it came to the production, I was using like different type of samples, like, you know, I was digging and really like, you know, manipulating and really just digging into it. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's just an EP, and when you do hear it, like you'll see what I'm talking about, like the sonics and all that, and definitely and shouts out to OB again, because he makes the master project.
Oh, okay.
Like he's an engineer too.
Video guy.
He's a director, photographer.
He does everything.
The dude is a renaissance man. He's everything. You know what I mean?
Really
so you know what I mean. But so
masters,
you know, definitely like, and on top of that, like now I'm really proud of the actual mix that I gave on the beat. You know, you can ask him. I was so focused on like the quality of it, like
of everything,
like just everything, just really, I was really being very meticulous.
Yeah.
And then by me being that way, like, you know, OB came and did his thing, but you know, it wouldn't be like Performance Surgery how he would back in the day when my beats were like, yo man, shit's too loud, or you got this and that. So you know, so basically just by watching him, you know, when actually doing like the recording process and watching how he mix and just really showing us different things, I really try to apply it to really what I'm doing.
Make sure y'all go to YouTube, man. Check out Nostalgia. That's the video for the
That's
first
your fire. Okay, so that's on it.
That's gonna be on.
Okay.
Nostalgia's up there.
Nostalgia's up there.
Yep, that's the first.
And we set the tone with that because it's like really like I feel like that's giving you a feel for what you're gonna be getting on the project Authentic. Like it's just straight to the point. Bars, I'm giving you like what I grew up on, my goals, my pain, like just all of that. Like I'm gonna give you real lyrical shit.
Definitely.
Like, so
and then like when it comes to the beats, like I'm giving you really like you could tell that we was locked in. You could tell we was locked in. Like you could actually listen on like, you could listen to Nostalgia, like the beat for Nostalgia. It's like, it's not something that you would hear on the radio. It's something like for the real underground heads, like you know, and really like, you know, that's and that's who we fans. And that's who we represent. And then, you know, we have a merch line called Underground Icon that we're gonna put out.
Dope.
It's gonna be releasing as well.
Yep.
So it's gonna go hand in hand with the release of Authentic. We also debuting a merchandise line, like Underground Icon.
Yeah.
But you know, the name Authentic, as far as the project, it just comes from just what we were talking about earlier, staying true to yourself, being official, being authentic, not compromising and making stuff just to prove to labels or other people. Prove to yourself that you got it and that you're the best at what you do.
Definitely.
And that's the message I'm putting across with Authentic. Like from the beginning songs, like, you know, one of the first bars you're gonna hear on the project is, I won't sell my soul, I won't compromise. Like I'm not gonna settle for something a label gonna tell me to do or anybody. I'm gonna do me at all times. I'm not gonna compromise or sell myself short. And I feel like nobody should be doing that, man. Like, you know, like everybody has so much potential. You just gotta find it and find out what your dream is and what your goals are and make that shit happen. Don't let nobody stop you from what you
gotta be patient with yourself.
Just be patient with yourself.
Like you really gotta be patient with yourself.
You gotta manifest.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? You know,
but put that work in also. Don't just think it's gonna happen. Like I'm just dreaming. Nah, you gotta put that work in.
And honestly, like putting the work in is not really as bad as what people think.
Yeah, if you doing what you love.
30 minutes the drive to work or something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, lyrical fitness. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So it's just like really putting in the work isn't that bad. And really, it's fun if you have a plan.
Just the consistency.
So, you know, if you have a plan that's realistic and you actually see things realistically happening from those things that you're doing, then it's like, oh man, like if this is happening from me putting this amount, what happens if I put this amount? Like all of it is just really rinse and repeat. Once you have a plan, all right, you know, but there's actually going to be steps, but there's going to be things that, you know, after a while you're gonna want to add to your plan to make things bigger. You know, steps. You know what I'm saying? You know, with the steps of when it comes to music is limitless. You know, that's if you want to be around, which goes into us, you know, having
just always
longevity.
consider yourself a student of the game.
Yeah,
always,
definitely.
man.
Like even with me getting compliments like yo, like you ill, you fire, all that other stuff. Like I'm like, all right, cool, thank you, but I'm still learning. Like it's a lot of things that I didn't like really crack yet at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and on top
Still
of that,
the beginning for
yeah,
you.
yeah. And I'm not even looking at it as of like an age factor. I'm looking at it as like, yo, if you really love it and you good at it, it's gonna take you to wherever you want it to go. Like it really all depends on you. So you know, when it comes to production, I try to just, you know, just put out the best I can. Like, and then, you know, I don't really focus on like, oh man, trying to get better overnight, because I was like that when I was younger. But you know, now really I'm at the point I'm just trying to get the business right.
Yeah.
You know, just learning the business, because I could sit here and make beats all day and be like, yeah, you know, all right. But when it comes to making money off of it and really like, you know, really actually finding ways to do it, you know, that's what I'm really focusing on.
Making it a career.
Making making like really like that's what you like. The business is making a career. Like the business is the career.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like the music, you making it is like the, you know, it's like something that's gonna get you there, but how you gonna keep eating off of it. And that's what, you know, and that's what O tells us. You know what I'm saying? Or really, you know, just he really just schools us on that.
Yeah.
And we just apply that every day. And how we gonna figure out, like, how we gonna get from A to C.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or A to B, or however you want to do it. You know, so.
That's crazy. I remember someone told me, it was like one of our old coaches. He said, character is built when no one else is looking.
That's
You're
true.
sitting there and you're working your ass off alone, doing it on yourself because you want to do it and you want to see yourself succeed. That's when your character is really built.
Yeah.
That's true.
A fact.
That's
self-reflection, man.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing that people like really lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
at that point, you're not doing it for a crowd or anything like that. You're doing it for yourself.
and pretty much
So
you can tell the people who's doing it for the crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
You can pretty much pick them out and be like, all right, you know.
You can see them at the shows. You can tell.
Yeah, but if it's
that's all the internal thing. You can't teach that. Like
Yeah.
as far as wanting to be the best, that hunger, like you can't teach that. It's
that.
like with anything, with sports, with music,
You
with whatever. You gotta really put that work in and want it and have an internal drive inside you. To be
Definitely.
Not just say you want it.
Yeah, and it involves a lot of sacrifices, man.
Or the
Like,
sense of entitlement.
People don't realize the sacrifices that you're gonna have to make in order to be great at whatever. Whether it comes to like music, like if you really wanna like be great, like a lot of times you may want to go to these parties, you may want to be on all these scenes and all these events, but yo, you're gonna have to work too. So if you gotta say like, all right, if I go to this party and I go have fun and have a blast, I'm gonna spend X amount of dollars. I could have put that money towards the studio.
A $30 bottle.
Right.
You bought an 8 for the night.
Right. All that type of stuff.
all
Like
that stuff,
you gotta backtrack and look like, damn, I wasted a lot of money. Like, nah, put your money into your craft. Put that money into yourself.
Yeah.
It's gonna pay.
And on top of that, by having the internet and having like a lot of a lot of things at your disposal that was never at your disposal.
No, exactly.
Like, so for for the people that have some type of talent and they want it, it's almost more so as if like, okay, like they may have it on the music end, but as far as so it's like it's more so as if every creative has the music up to the ceiling, but the actual putting yourself out there lacks because it's more so as if like, I actually do it for me and the people who actually respect what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's more
Give a fuck.
Yeah. So it's more so as if like, sometimes you have to spread out, but also still just remember who you're doing it for.
Exactly.
So, when it comes to that, especially when it comes to production now, it's not just me making a beat and just being in the background. But that's how I move anyway. Like if you know me, like I could be in places that people be like, wow, like you were here? Wow, really? I didn't know you were here.
Yeah.
So it's more so like I've like, even though like I've actually caught some flack about me not moving around enough, but it's really more so about where I was moving. Because I could move around here, but nothing else is moving.
Yeah.
But I can actually go where places where I know people that's actually not even given opportunities, but if you're around enough and you're, you know what I'm saying,
something will come.
Yeah, something will come if you but also don't get it twisted. If you come around, you gotta have something to offer.
Yeah.
So but you gotta put the work
to the table.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, when you in that situation, you gotta prove yourself more, because it could be somebody who's in a position of power, but they not on no shit where it's like where they trying to use it against you or they trying to flex on you. But it's like it's more so as if you soaking up what they doing. So it's more so as if like if I'm around you, like if you're good or bad, I'm actually gonna become you.
Yeah.
In certain ways, or I'm gonna pick up certain habits or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing when it comes to the music business. Especially on the production, and we dealing with A&Rs and stuff like that. Like and there's a lot of A&Rs I do know that's really about their job, but there's a few A&Rs that I'm like this with that are actually about not only their job but the people that they're working with.
They give a fuck.
Exactly. So basically, like with that being said, like I move in places where where things are where opportunities are happening. You know what I'm saying? Because now I could showcase my work and like, oh yeah, he's dope.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, come along. But in the meantime, between time, I'm still putting in my own groundwork.
Yep.
As far as like to actually make my to actually make my brand bigger.
Yep.
I'm actually I may not be in your face a lot, but you may hear the name. That's part of branding.
Hey, I heard your name way before I even saw your face, bro. That's the thing.
Exactly.
I just knew Pyro Lucain.
Yeah, and it's funny because like everybody says that when they meet me. They're like, well, this is okay. Like, yeah. So it's more so as if they
The face behind the name.
Yeah, but you can ask Q. I've been that way since we were younger.
Yeah.
Like and I will always say like, yo, it's gonna work. Like it's almost as if like you may be riding down the street and you may hear my music and I'm over across the country somewhere. I'm like, damn, bro, even though he's across the country, but man, his music like
it bumping and shit.
Yeah, bumping my shit. You know what I'm saying? So and it's funny because he actually called me the other day when he was at the store and he actually ran into some people that we knew and they was playing my shit out their car.
No way.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like when I actually hear that, I'm actually grateful for that as far as me being seen all the time. Like, I'd rather people want to hear my name and wonder, like, yo, how can I track this dude down?
Yeah.
Because, like, back in the day, that's how it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you heard something that was hot and you ain't know where it was, you had to go look for it.
Yeah, you had to search.
You had to search. So it's more so when you found them or when you found whoever it was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, I've been trying to look for you. So, it's more so as if, like, I'm more so using what my uncle always taught me. He was like, have them look for you. Don't go looking for them. Like, have them come look for you. And
just
then,
like you said with the label, too.
Same
thing.
That goes back to the label.
And then, and the reason why he said that is because I was in his studio a couple years back, and I was like, damn, man, like, if I could get this to, like, Drake or somebody, he was like, man, like, make Drake come to you.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
But at the time, like, Drake is, at that point, he was like, up here. Even though he's still up
here,
there.
I'm here.
Yeah, he's like up there. I'm like down here. But it made sense. But as I went along and really started to really.
You caught that gem later.
Yeah. Like he said it. And I was like, really? And then later on, I was like, oh, I get it.
It marinated in your mind.
And then how everything was like, people be like, oh man, I've been trying to find you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hear your name and all that stuff. So, I actually, me and like, that's when me and him clicked because we trying to make it so when we do come around, it's like, yo, they here.
You already know what it is.
You already know what it is. Like, we doing no talking. We doing what we got to do. And whoever we got to talk to, then we out. See you next time.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally how we are as when we do stuff and individually. So it works.
That's dope.
So that's why like you've been hearing my name longer than you've seen my face because I've been putting work down like in places where you wouldn't even think. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've really been putting the work in.
Smart, man.
And when it comes like to the underground, like really like I really feel like I am like what you could look at as far as like one of the best or probably the best underground producers. Like, people could say industry producers, main producers, city producers, but when it comes to the underground, it's like, oh yeah, man, you ain't doing nothing. But you know, I'm in the same spaces as you are. I'm in the same places. I know the same people.
Yeah.
Know the same artists. Hell, I may know them more. Yeah, hell, like, or check this, or I may know them better than you, or they might have a better rapport with me than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, they may be not really fond of you like that, but I'm really in on certain stuff that, you know, that people don't know about. And that's fine. That's great. They don't need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
But when the work come out with certain people, it's like, yeah, he was always there. It was just that. It was the timing. That timing is everything. And that's just one thing in life you can't beat is time.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. There's a lot of things in life you can't beat. Let me rephrase that. It's a lot of things in life you can't beat, but time is at the top of the list.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Time,
Speaking about time, where do you guys see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years?
Man,
I know it's hard. It's always.
Cause I'm a big, like, I ride the wave of life, and I'm so deep into like foreseeing things before they even happen.
Right.
So it's like it's hard to predict because going back to timing, like it's like 5 years, man. Oh man, by that time I feel like, you know, I still want to be on some, like, you know, doing what I do right now as far as like doing the music and killing it, but my bag gonna be way crazier. Like it's like my money gotta be way longer, and I gotta, like, as far as the business shit, like the merchandise line and all that, that's gotta be clicking way more because we're just starting now. Like everything is from the ground up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some projects out, cool. Everybody's dealing with that, cool. But
it's like the
5
new
years,
beginning.
like, it still feels like the beginning. Like I feel like even though I've been doing it for a minute, it feels so new to me still. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I have that student mindset.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
we don't go into places thinking we know everything.
yeah, like, you know, I'm just riding the wave right now.
Thinking you can learn something.
Yeah, but within the next year, I definitely want to put out at least the same amount of projects I did this past year or more. Like I'm trying to just top what I did before. And then within 5 years, you know, I want to be owning some properties. I want to have my own label under my belt. Gotta have the merchandise clicking.
Yeah.
Have some artists under me. And, you know, we're going to be moving like that. Like, that's what I see for myself in 5 years. And you can speak more.
Well, you know, in a year, I just want to keep putting out music.
Yeah.
You know, just really taking, you know, opportunities as they come. You know, because you never know what's what.
Exactly.
So really, for myself, I just want to keep putting out music, us, you know, collectively putting out music, and, you know, myself putting out projects or singles.
Yep.
Really just killing it on the underground.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, 5 years, you know, I actually really want to give producers a chance, you know, to really, like, you know, put them with certain artists, basically give them opportunities that I was never given.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really, you know, having them signed to my own label, and really that's gonna deal with producers, engineers, like, you know, I may sign
That's sweet. Yeah.
photographers or somebody like you've been really
The behind the scenes
really
guys.
behind the scenes. Look, the actual behind the scenes people that
Say that
matter.
5 times fast.
Facts. But really, like, for the people that matter.
Yeah.
You know, really, and on top of that, you know, I actually want to own my own laundromat.
Yo, really?
Yeah,
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And like that was like a thing that my mom always wanted, and, you know, as far as, like, you know, being the kid that had to take clothes to the laundromat and really having to fold clothes and learn how to wash them and stuff like that, like that was something that never goes out of business. You can either tank it yourself, or something may happen, or you can either stay one or have multiple.
Yeah.
So, you know, laundromats, those are things that never die.
And we're also looking to get into the cannabis business as well.
Definitely, cannabis business.
On a professional level.
Yeah.
Yeah, not,
On the street.
yeah. So yeah, you know, basically, you know, like in 5 years, I just want to, you know, just have a lot of accomplishments up until that point. Put producers in a position while I'm still making my moves, you know, and having multiple businesses, and, you know, just really doing
Branching out.
and really just doing what we
want
love.
to expand.
Want to
man.
expand.
In the next 5 years, like,
Like, we really want to expand off of what we love doing.
Yeah.
Like, we really want, like the music is the stepping stone to things that we want to do, that we talk about
Continue
passionately.
traveling, having fun, making
man.
connections,
Living life.
Because it goes by, like,
you
you know what I'm saying? Because I really tell them all the time, like, yo, man, once we get, you know what I mean, our 50s with all the plaques and stuff, we're gonna be like, yo,
Get back, like, damn, look at all the work we put
look at
in.
all this stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? So we been forward thinking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so you gotta keep working.
Yeah.
That's it. And just stay focused, and really just loving what you do, and remember who you do it for.
Fuck yeah, bro. So, any shout outs before we end today's interview?
Oh yeah, man, definitely. Again, shout out to Headmasters.
Headmasters.
Shout out to everybody in the Head doing their thing, wave only. Witty, Playmakers, ENT, TMB, man, everybody. Like I'm forgetting so many cats. It's always hard to get it. But y'all already know if I rock with you, you know I rock with you.
Definitely,
Shout out to everybody killing it.
Definitely, man.
In Connecticut in general, everybody killing it, man.
Yeah, first off, man, shout out to the whole New Haven, definitely. Wave Only, Goody, TMB, Playmakers. Matter of fact, speaking of Playmakers, I don't know if you know the artist by the name of No. He's actually like he's like a upcoming artist, whatever. And he actually just got a song with Albial. I don't know if you know
from Jersey.
Yeah, from Jersey.
Yeah,
so,
Albial, he's lit.
Yeah, he's lit, but more or less, I produced it along with Scoozy.
Yeah. Oh, dope.
So so shout out to like I said, Playmakers, TMB, Wave Only, Goody, just the whole New Haven, just the whole Connecticut, and shout out to Hitmasters, OB, everybody.
Hitmasters, man, that's what it is.
Hitmasters, definitely, man, and also I'm definitely an owner of my own company, Firehouse Music Group. That's my production label, everything. So even though it's small right now, but it's just something.
Listen, Authentic is dropping.
Authentic's dropping next month.
Yeah, next month. Make sure y'all ready, man.
Everything.
And all my fans and everybody, make sure y'all checking y'all DMs because we setting it off with a little private showcase.
Yep.
Hey, okay.
And we dropping the merchandise that night too, feel me? So just make sure y'all on the lookout for that.
Definitely on the lookout, man. Shout out to everybody doing their thing, man. For real. All love.
Hey, bad guys. Thank you.
Definitely.
Yo, this ends season 7. We're done.
Definitely, man.